Tons of great information. Thursday free pick. We got money moves and a whole lot more for March Madness, the conference tournaments. OffshoreInsiders.com, which has the most thoroughly vetted sports books and the winningest handicappers in the world, including the lock line, which goes back to 1980 winning. It's all at OffshoreInsiders.com, your one-stop shop. Let's take a look at some news and notes for today. Why don't we start out with the Boston Celtics and the Minnesota Timberwolves in the NBA. Minnesota will have 2 extra days rest. The Nets and the Hornets. The Nets playing their 4th straight road game, at least. That's when we think it's significant. Presumed tanking. Well, teams with a winning percentage of .310 or less versus a team with a winning percentage of .390 or more. Presume the teams are going to tank late in the year. With the 224 and 151, I should say, the last 2 years, because really seems the last 2 years it's become chic where the media thinks teams are going to tank, etc. That's why we really emphasize it more over the past 2 years. But it is a misconception, say the numbers. So the presumed tanking team, Brooklyn, is a good play. Same for the Suns and Thunder. Phoenix is a good play. Keep in mind, the more losses a team has, the deeper they go into the season, the better this angle becomes from a winning percentage standpoint. Here are the sharp moves today from our offshore sources. Southern Utah, East Carolina, UCLA, Western Kentucky, Arkansas, and one in the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs. That's from our offshore Las Vegas and Outlaw sources, and it's sponsored by MyBookie.ag. The biggest if you use a promo code Duffy, the biggest sign-up bonus in the industry. All the sports books at OffshoreInsiders.com have been thoroughly vetted, not only by my own personal experience, but by high rollers who are clients of mine that give me feedback, some other betting syndicates who I trade information with. I've got industry contacts, and of course there are a couple of valid and true consumer, almost like the consumer reports of sports books out there, clearinghouses, and they all agree on the sports books. The only sports books I would list at OffshoreInsiders.com are going to pass all of those criterion. MyBookie.ag has the promo code Duffy, D-U-F-F-Y. Some of the biggest line moves for today. Kansas open up as only a 2-point favorite against Oklahoma State. They're now a 5-point favorite. And New Mexico opened up as a pick against Wyoming. They're now a 3-point favorite. Duke opened up at 6. They're now up to 8.5 over the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Western Kentucky opened up at 2.5. They're now a 5-point favorite. Remember, we told you they were one of the big sharp moves. Memphis went from -7 to -9. And in the NBA, not much. Minnesota was only a 1-point underdog. They're now a 2.5-point underdog. They being some of the biggest they are all the biggest line moves in college and the NBA for today. Again, brought to you by MyBookie.ag using the promo code Duffy. How about Joe Duffy's picks? 7-0 on Wednesday, 307 and 207 since the NFL preseason. Look, the next 3 days, not so much on Sunday where it'll be, the matchups will be settled, etc., but especially Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're going to be updating throughout the day. I love watching it from a business standpoint. I know we don't give you as much of a window as we normally like, but we will be updating throughout the day as we follow this report. 8 winners from Joe Duffy's picks at OffshoreInsiders.com. Off a sweep yesterday. OffshoreInsiders.com. How about your free winner? Superior neutral court favorites, 125, 97, and 4. And your free winning pick is to go with Cal Davis -7 against Cal Riverside. Again, brought to you by OffshoreInsiders.com. Joe Duffy's picks. My God, nobody has won as much as I have, and I've been doing it since 1988 on the score phones. Visit me now at OffshoreInsiders.com if you're ready to raise the damn bar.